append it into the same file again and again, and the same data will get appended, right? But we don't need your data that to be get appended. If you want your data will not get appended, if you want that the file should overwrite, then only you can use the command overwrite. So these are the basic steps which I'm going to tell you and which will help you in the project. Because if you know these basic steps, how we can override the data, how we can not override, then only you can perform the steps in the project. Otherwise, your logic will not made, right? Is it clear, Raghav?
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम।
Yes.
मैम
Yes,
मैं ये
Raghav.
पूछ रहा था कि एक बार जब हमने रन कर दी कमांड, तो उसके बाद ओवरराइट क्यों करना है दोबारा? इसमें हमें ओवरराइट का क्या मतलब?
अच्छा, उसका मतलब क्या है करने का? बट इफ यू हैव चेंज द डेटा इनटू अनदर दैट द सेम फाइल यू आर हैविंग, इफ यू चेंज द डेटा एंड नाउ यू वांट टू इंपोर्ट दैट डेटा, देन
ओके ओके
ओके।
यस मैम।
जैसे आपके पास उसमें होता है, यू आर हैविंग द लॉग्स फाइल, आपके सिस्टम में लॉग्स फाइल बनती रहती हैं। पता है आपको लॉग फाइल क्यों बनती है? इफ यू आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग सम सॉफ्टवेयर और समथिंग ना, अगर कुछ एरर वगैरह वो आपका मेंटेन करके रखता है, बट यू आर डूइंग एट व्हाट टाइम, so they are maintaining your log file, so they are overwriting at that time or appending the value. Yeah.
यस मैम।
Okay, so next we have to do is the alter table. So if I want to rename my table, I don't want as employee, I just want to rename my table. Let's rename it. So for this you have the alter command. So alter table and then table name, that is employer. Then we have to rename it. Yes, rename to let's say M only. We can just rename it into the M. Execute this. Done. Let's check the query. Select star from employer. Execute it. Now can you see the error? Failed because table not found, because we have changed the table name employee to EMP. That's why it is showing the table not found. Let's change the table name and let's execute it again. Data which we are having in the employee table, name has changed, the same data you are getting. So now you can name table name. So the next to even change the name of a column. Okay, so let's change the name of a column over here. So for that we have the command alter, then table. Now we have to give the table name. My table name is M, and what we have to do, we have to change. So you have to write the keyword change, and what you want to change, I want to change, for example, my column name, that is a name, right? So I'll just write my column name, and this is the old name and then the new name. So let's give it instead of name, let's give it names. Let's change it into names, and you have to specify the data type also, otherwise you will get the error. Okay, so what we have done, we have specified you have to alter the table with the table name employee EMP, and we have specified this key change, and in this what we have to do, we have the column with the name, we have to change it. This is the old name and you have to use the new name is the names, and you have to specify the data type also. So let's just execute it. Done. So let's just select star from employer EMP. So here instead of name I am having names. So Yes, it is to be added from name to names. You can use any other column name which you want, Archit. It depends on you. Okay. So now we have changed the specific column. Okay. So if I want to change the data type, for example, salary column is having data type. Uh, let's check what is the data type of the salary column. What I have given, I don't remember. So let me just execute this
String.
command. String. Okay, let's check it. What we have given with the command show create table with table name. We have to see the structure of it. Yeah. So if you want to see the structure of your table, you can use just this command show create table. So at the time of creation, what you have typed, it will show you create table employee, ID is integer, names is string, salary is string, right? So okay, let's change salary into double. So tell me what would be the command if I want, and it is easy. We have done earlier also. So tell me what would be the command for changing the data type if I want to change the data type into double from string to double. That's for the salary column. Yes, tell me. You can type in the chat box. Mm, yes, yes, Shivam, it's correct. So I'll just copy and paste your query because it's correct. So let me just execute this one. Oh, I can't do that, maybe. Yes. Let me write it for you then. Alter table, table name, and then again change salary, and again salary, because now we don't want to change the name, but we won't just want to change the data type. Let's execute it. Done. Then let's check it with the show create table name command. Show create table name. Mm, oh, I made one mistake. I'll use double S. Okay. So see this salary. Now the data type is changed into double, right? So this we have done. So if I want to add one new columns, so let's quickly add other columns over here also. Let's add new column. So for adding the new column, we have the command alter, again table, then table name, and then add what we have to add column. So you have to give it columns and which column we want to add. For example, city column I want to add and its data type should be the string. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I made one mistake again. I have changed. I'll not wait. Let me just give this correct spelling of it. Let's execute it. Yes, it's done. Then select query, will check whether the data. Now tell me one thing, because the file we have given the data from the file, we have loaded the data from the file and we not having the city this column into it. So if I want to check the what value we are having in the city column, or it should not contain any value. Empty? Yes, it is. It will include the null value. You can see over here. Yes, the null value. Okay. So you are having the null value over here. So if I don't want this column, I don't want this city column. So what I'll have to do, don't want this column in my system, in my table. Let's again remove this one. So for that we have to replace the column. Okay, so there is query. What you can do, alter table, then again table name, and here you have to use replace because we are replacing it, and even dropping it, it's used for the same purpose. Replace columns, and here you have to give the sequence wise which we were having. So first we were having the id and the data type was integer, and then we were having name. Yeah, we were having names and the data type was string, and then we are having salary whose data type is double, which I don't want. Like city, I will not include it, so it's just way of dropping it. So let's just uh, semicolon and execute this one. Okay, so after this let me check whether it has done or not. So let's go with the select statement. We'll verify it. Select star from your table name, that is employee. So now we are not having that city column. So this is the way how you can replace it, how you can delete a column into it. So next is we have to delete a table. We have to drop a table. So for that again the command is drop table and the table name. That's the same command. So I'm not dropping my table. I'll just write the command for you, which you have to perform drop, then table, then table name. So this only you have to perform for dropping. After that, you can use the command select star from M for show tables. Then only you can verify whether your table has been dropped or not. Okay. So if yes, we were discussing, we are having the two table. First is the temporary table, and the next one is the we are having internal and the external table. So let's discuss that, and then we can create external table also. Let me just discuss first. This we have discussed. Building blocks, this is already we have discussed. Yeah. So here, that's the difference between the internal and the external table. Let me just slide show. Yes. So as you can see over here, internal table, first we have to create a table and then load the data. So the tables which we are creating, that is the internal table, the employee which we have created, and we are loading the data, we are loading the schema on it. So that is the internal table. So if you want to use this external table, in this case, your data is available on HDFS and table is created on the HDFS data. So this table is not created on the HDFS, which we are using it for the internal one. But if you want the table that it should be created on your HDFS, so for that you need to specify it external. And how we can create the external table, I'll just tell you in within 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so that we have to tell, that is the first difference. And if you are just logging out of your data, that is, if you are implementing this internal table onto your system and you just shut down your system, and if you come back, your old data and schema will be removed if your table is dropped, right? For which we have seen how we can drop the table. So your data and schema will be removed. But at the time of dropping, when we are dropping the table in this, only schema will be get dropped, but your data still available in the HDFS. So see over here, your data will remain in the HDFS. It will not get lost. So when we can use internal table and when we can use external table. There is one more thing with the external table, that it also provides you the option that you can create multiple schemas also. For that, the data which you have stored in the HDFS, instead that you can delete the data every time when your schema updated. So that's the big advantage it gives you. So when your data is temporary, then only you can go with the internal table. And when your data is not needed after deletion, then also you can use this internal table. And if Hive is using this data, this table data completely, that is, it will not allow any other external sources, even Pig, Scoop, MapReduce will not get this data, will not get these tables into it, will not apply their mechanism into the internal tables. But if you want to but if you are implementing tables over the external, the data is available in HDFS. So any tool can use it, either Pig or Scoop, so MapReduce. So that's the advantage you are having. So that's the difference between the internal and the external table. So I hope you got the difference between internal and the external table now. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, that's great. So let's create external table now. And this we will see at the last. Use and what is the differentiate between. First we'll do some practical part. So this create one external table also. So for this you have to write a command create external and then table, and let's give the table name employee again, but here we so now we are giving it employee. Let's give it one value only, one column, that is name, and the data type should be the string, right? So let's just create an external. You just have to add these keyword only. Let's just execute this one. Okay, so let's check show tables also. Let's check whether it has created or not. Yeah, so here you can see it's employee. Mm, it will give you the same structure, so we need not to create that. And wait, one more thing. Wait, let me do with this one, otherwise we'll go to the Hive to explain. Create temporary table, and let's create with the name of H1. But for that we need to back on the session, because this thing I can only show you temporary and the external table on that. Wait, I'll just open my Hive CLI mode. Otherwise, I have to shut this down and again. Okay, wait, we'll do that only. No problem. Execute. Oh, I didn't given its value. Create temporary table. Table name is h1 and I have to give its data type. Name string. Done. Again, we'll check show tables. It is not getting the output. Wait, let me execute it again. Yeah. So here we have amp employee and h1. Let me just log out with this session so we can just come back. Otherwise, we have to perform it on the command prompt if it doesn't give us the result. Yeah. So let me just cross this one. Wait. Yes. So we have closed one and again opening that. Okay, let me check my output code and try it on the command prompt also. And then log in, then exit from the Hive console and then try it again. And then let me know what is the output you are getting. So here we have to again go back to our query editor, Hive. Yes. Then we'll use the command show table. Let's check what it would be the output. Yeah, so H1 is here, but it should not be. So you can check either performing in your that command prompt, because here we have to make sure that we can shut down our system or something for that. So that's why I guess you are not getting it. But let me know when you will perform this one into your command prompt, when you'll open your Hive console, and then you can exit from your Hive console and then try it again. And then let me know whether it has done or not. Okay. And tell me one answer. What is the default database of Hive Metastore? Yes, tell me. What is the database name of the Hive in which your metadata is getting stored? Yes. No, it was Derby. The path is warehouse is getting stored, but your database name is Derby, which I have shown you at the time of the installation. So your when we are starting our Hive, our meta store and the Hive database get started at that time, right? So that's how it will get work onto that. So let's check another commands also. We have the describe command. Describe, then database, then database name. We have created the database with the name Shruti. Let's see if it is defining anything. Yes. So you can see over here the location also. So can you see this? This databases, it is showing the location in HDFS, QuickStart, Cloudera. This is in the user Hive warehouse. So Rahul, which you were telling in the path in the user warehouse, which I told you that your database will get implemented into that. So this is the database which we are getting, that is the Derby, and this is the path where you are storing your database, which I told you at the starting session. Remember? So no, so this is the database, this is the path, this is the location, and owner name is Cloudera, and the type is the user. So you can check for the describe, you can check the path. So if you want to check the path, you can just use the command describe database name. Okay. So for example, uh, let me execute this one. Yeah. So let me create one database. Create database, and I'll show you see over here there is one more column comment. So if I want to give the comment also in the database, how we can give that? Just write the command create database and then database name, for example test2 I want to create, and then comment, and the comment is this is test database. Here then semicolon, then just run it. Yeah, done. So again, if I want to check whether the comment has done it or not, so the same command I have to use, that is the describe command. Describe, then database, and database name test2. There is one more thing which I'll discuss. There are some predefined database properties also we have. Yeah, so see over here, comment. So in the comment section, we are having this is the database. So we have added the comment also in it. So we have the comment also. So there are some predefined database properties we have for creating the database. For example, who can create it? That is the names, right? So creator name and the date when you want to create it. So everything if you want to write that when you want to create it, everything which you parameters which you want to discuss. So it will come into this parameter folder. So write one task which I am giving you. We can, I'll just write the command describe, then table. Check Kanika whether it has done or not. The doubt which you are having, let's correct with the command. Let's check with the by execution. And we have the table name is emp, right? Check whether it has done or not. No, it failed, table not found table, because it is table is not storing into that, so that's it is giving you the error. Describe is not having that. Okay, so let's remove this one. And yes, the one question which I was giving you, that you have to specify the properties also. Okay, let me, okay, do you want it as a homework or do you want me to write it down for you? If we want have another properties also, for example, the creator and the date. If I want the properties like this, will you do it as a homework? Okay, that's great. So your homework is that you have, and there is another specific command. If you want to see the database properties, then at the time of describe, so how you will check it, just remember this one. You just have to write describe, then database, right? So describe database, and then you have to write extended, then because the properties these are not into it, so we have to extend it. So that's why you have to write extended, and after that you have to type your database name. For example, this. So this is the command you have to use for checking the property which you have given. So I'll ask this tomorrow. So let's create one table now. Okay. Uh, okay, let's create one table. So I'm giving you one task which you have to do it now. You have to create a table, and in that table you have to take column 1 as a column 1, and the data type string. Let me just write it for you and let me check the code which you have done. Okay, so the column name should be column 1 and the data type should be the string. Okay, and the second column should be the column 2, and the data type should be in the array. You know what is array? Array, yes, you are familiar with the array now. Okay, so the second data type, it should be the array you have to take, and it should be the array string. You have to take the string of array, and the next you have to make a column, that is a column 3, again that is of string type, and the column 4, again it is of integer type. Okay, so you have to create this again the row format, because we are creating it from the file which should be terminated by and in that file everything is terminated not by space but by comma. Okay, so got it? So everything, the value you are getting in that file, it is divided by the comma, not the space, that is the slash t. So create this file. You can create this table. I'll just make the file for you so that you can get the idea. Let me just create one file for you. So start everyone. I'll check everyone task. So because when you are uploading the data, because when you download the data from Kaggle or from anywhere and you want to perform analysis onto that, so you have to make according to the structure of the file. So I am making the structure and I have given you the idea. So you just have to write the command for me. I'll just create one file for you. Okay, let me just write these three commands and let me just save it. Okay. So you have the structure file.txt. So in this structure, okay, good. I'll explain. I'll repeat the process. For the first, what you have to do now, see over here. My file is file.txt and it contains the data like this. Okay. So course, what you have to do if you are having the data like this, you have to import the data. So what you have to do, you have to import this data, you have to load this data into your table which you want to create. So for you have to create a new table in which you can import these values. So the first column you can name it as a column 1. So you can give the data type integer and the integer or string whatever you want, and the second one is the array, because in this second column we are having the two values. Can you see it? We are having the two values. So this is the array data structure which we are using, and the array is of string. First string is the pool, second string is the GBR in the first row, and the third column is again a string. So you can name column as a column 3, and after that the column 4 is named as a column 4, and the data type should be integer, right? So this you can give it. So now you have to create a table in which I can upload this data. So tell me what is the command for creating a table in which I can upload this data. This you have to tell. Because when we are processing the data, if I given you some data set, you have to load the data into your tables, because we have to analyze from the table. So how you can do that? You have to create structure by yourself. So tell me what should be the table command for it. Anyone has done? Okay, wait, I'm getting into who has done this. Okay, Shivam has done this column. Shivam, have you tried this one? No, it will not run. There is one mistake in it. Yogita, okay, Shivam, that's pretty much good, but it's just one mistake. Have you tried it? Does this implemented or not? Yes, it is giving you error. I told you it will give you the error. Why it is giving you the error? No error. Okay, Yogita. If no error, then try to load the data which is in the file.txt into your system, into your table. Then just try that and let me know what are you getting it. Yes, what about others? Okay, error. Okay, Raghav, do it. Why you have given it varchar 100? Archit, okay. Archit, column 2 is varchar. Okay, you have taken, instead of array, you have taken varchar. Does it work? Terminated, no. Try to store the data into this and then let me know have it worked or not. After loading the data, then tell me has it worked or not. Yes, Archit and Yogita, does your data get loaded or not? Okay, you are getting this error. Ah, okay, how to execute it? Just write enter it. After semicolon, just hit enter quote. You have to type after the statement, you have to write semicolon, then execute. Okay, I'll do this query in the Hive console it for you. Okay, so Shivam is also getting the error. Archit, okay, so everyone is getting the error, then what will do? Okay, so now everyone is getting the error, then we'll do it. Let me do it. Wait, I'll open this one. The file name is the file.txt. Let me just do with that one for the loading part. Let's just create, and I'm starting this session of Hive in this command prompt only. So let's start it over here, Hive. Let it get started. If it take more time, then we'll switch to that part, the UI mode. Yeah, it is get started. Yeah, done. So now we are on this Hive interface command line. So we have to create a table. So we'll just write create, then table, and then table name. So my table name, let's create with the table one. Okay. And let's give its value. I told you column one. So we have to create with the int or whatever you want. Then the next thing is column two. So here, okay, Archit, wait, let me do it, then I'll check yours. Column two, and I told you it should be the array, and the values it contained in the array is of the string type, and then of the column three, the data type you should take is the string one, and then column four, its data type it should be the integer one, right? So this we have to take, and then um, format, and in this row format delimited, right? Delimited, and then fields terminated by comma. So here you have to give the comma and the collections. What is collections? You have to specify that also. That is colon. So see my data set, pool, colon, and this GBR. So we have to tell that also. This, then terminated by, this is slash n, and then stored as text file, semicolon, and then enter. So cannot input near collections. Okay, that is items terminated in SERDI property specification. So are calling it another value. Wait, because we have to specify it that the collection either it should be started from the capital C. That I have to check. Wait. Mm, is the error they are saying? Oh, I have to write it again. Oh, wait, I'll copy it and just try. It's yes, it's collection, but I have written okay collection. So we have to check that. Yeah, this one. Mm-hmm. I have to write it again. Wait, let's write it again. Let's write it on the that because in GUI mode we need to write again and again because we have to keep hitting. Yes, Gonika, your data will get loaded in one column because for the second column you have to specify the data type, that is array, then this string which I have told you, this type, this like, and you have to tell this collection is also these items get terminated by this colon one. So we have to tell this one thing also. Even this thing you are having in the compiler which we were doing yesterday, na, उसमें ये सब कुछ save रहता है. That command name and everything. Let me just open my Vue editor. Yeah. So let me just write it over here again. Again, fastly create table and create table, then table name. Everyone, you can try also, just change collection into collections, collections into collection, and with the capital, and let me know what is the value over that. So create table, table one, and then we have the column one. It should be the string, and column two, this should be array in the form of the string, right? And then column three, that again should be the string, and column 4, it should be the string, okay, integer, and then just close it, row format, fields terminated by a comma, and then let me just write capital C. And then lines. Yes, किसी का हुआ? Have you tried it? Gonika, have you tried it?
मैम ये जो कलेक्शन लिखा ना तो वो ब्लू कलर से हाईलाइट हो रहा है दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक
Gonika, I can't hear you. क्या कह रहे हो? Okay, yes, worked. Archit, send me the query which you have run. So you have not used this collections item. Okay, yeah, that is showing in the black color. That's why, yes, black is highlighted. So let's change it into collection. Yeah, so now it is collection. So that's the advantage of this GUI. Even we can get it from here. So let me just quickly write this so that we can load the data also. Stored as text file. That's it. This one done. So this is the query which you have to run, and its collection. C is the capital and it's not S. Yes. So this we have to write. Now let's just quickly load the data into it. Okay. Okay. Okay, Arshil. Then load the data. Load. Then you have to load the data. Then we can load it from the local. Write local, and we have to specify the path, that is in path. And in this, what we have to do, just write slash, we have to give the path, it is in home and it was in Cloudera. And in Cloudera, we have the dot txt, right? So this we were having into table and table name. My table name is table1. So this we have done semicolon. Then let's just execute it. Done. Then let's just open this, check whether the table one is containing data or not. Wait, let me just select this. Select star from table one. Now see the output. The data is get uploaded also. So this we have done. So when we want to upload the data that is from the local or the HDFS into this, then we can use the load command. But if we are having the two tables and within Hive, if I want to move my data, that is the data I have to be moved within the Hive table. So for that, we can just use the insert command. When we can use the load command and when we can use the insert command. So if you are having the data from local or from HDFS, if you want to move it to the table, then only you can use the load command. And the next is the insert command, which you can use if you have to move the data within the Hive table. So for that, we are using insert command. So let me just create another table. See this? Create table. Let's create table 2 and let's give its value ID. Yeah, so ID is integer and then city code is array string again. Okay, then we are taking country, the string, then stored as a txt. Let's just create this one and execute it. Failed, cannot recognize input. Where I have done the mistake. Code array. Okay, we have to use the underscore, not this one. Yeah, done. We have executed it. So we have created another table, that is table 2, and I have given the structure just like table 1. Okay. So what want to do, we want to write the data into this table, but we want the data should be get copied from the table 1. So for that, we'll just write the command insert into table, then table name, that is table 2. Then we have to select कौन से, because here I have specified only 3 columns, right? And in that table 1 we were having 4 columns, so I have to select. So you have to give the query select column 1, then column 2, then column, like from your table name was table 1. Here, from here you have to select where you have to, even if you want to give the condition also, you can give the condition. So as you can see, my file was having England and the London column 3, the values, but just only want the value should be only the London one, sorry, the England one. So let's just take column 3 equal to the England. I have to check what's in the, wait, England, I have written it. Okay, E is the capital one. So just write England. This one and just semicolon. Just execute this one. Done. Wait, it is giving me the warning. Implement the tool interface and execute our application with tool runner. Okay. Yeah, see this? It is starting the job. That is the map reduce job. You can see over here. User lib Hadoop bin, because it is the going into that Hadoop. So that's why it is taking some time. Let it get executed. Then we will give the, then we will check what's the value we are getting in the table 2. Or either you can perform this in the command prompt also. Let me just scroll down. If it is not get updated, then we can just done our work on the another command. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just write the command select from table 2. Oh, that is executing. That's why it is showing the cancel one. We have to wait for it. We can't run it yet. It is stage 1 map 0% reduce equal to 0%. Have to wait it until it executes. Right, everyone? Have you tried this one? And for Saturday, Sunday, I'll give you the commands and the task which you have to run, because we have to see many things into this. We have the word count program, which I told you. Let it just first complete it. It is very slow. It's my system is slow, or have you performed this one? और किसी का हुआ? Okay, good, no problem. Yeah, so now it is done. The operation has no result. That is the value it is get done. So now select start from. Let's check whether it has done in the table 2. The data get inserted into table 2 or not. Yeah, so see over here, we just are having 3 columns over here, and the value will get, or the only value get copied is the England one because we have specified the condition. So that's how you can use your insert query. Even if you can use the multi-insert query. That is, if you want to move data into different table using a single source, that you have the single source over here, and you move your data into the multiple tables, you can do that also, right? So we'll see that in next class. But for that, okay, the task which you have to do, I'll send these slides and the code which we have done today. We'll send in the cheat sheet also, and other things we also having the commands you can use besides this, because it's not possible that we can run every command for you, right? So the things which you have to do, the conditional statements which we can use, right? And the case statements explode, because there we are having many statements over here, the sorting function, and how the word count program we can done. So we will see this in our next session, and we'll do just one project. And in the meanwhile, Saturday, Sunday, take time and think about which project you have to submit, because you have to submit one project at the last day. Okay, so that's why think about that. What project you have to done, and with the help of at which you want to perform. Either you want to use in using Hive or any other platform you want to use. So let me know on Monday. We will discuss your projects on Monday. What you have to do. Just get the idea on Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Yes. Any doubts? Yes, Shivam. Even if for projects, if you want to analyze some hospital data, you can do that. And recently, I have done the YouTube analysis, the how many images or for a particular web portal or for a particular person, for a channel, how many likes you are getting, or for the overall how many comments you are getting. So if you want to analyze the YouTube data, if you want to analyze Twitter data, or if you are having the hospital data, you are having the sales data. So you can get the data from Kaggle also, or there are data which are available with me. If you want that, I can share it with you, and you can perform the analysis. So like this, you can perform it. For example, the word count program, but it's the basic one. In this word count program, what we are doing, we have a file. For example, we were having a book, and we just want to how many words are repeating. Each word is repeating. So that is a project that already done in the map reduce, and even today we were going to do that, but the time we're not having that. So it was a simple just query which you want to use. So either you can use the query SQL, that is Hive query you can use. If you want to implement in the map reduce, then you can use Python. And even if you want to implement it using other tools also, you can do that. Can you implement something in our language? Yes. Do you want to build something in our language? Have you built it? Any software, anything, or what have you done in the R language? If you want to perform it with that. Okay. Kurt, what are the options for you in R? What you want to do in that? Shivam, I'll prefer you go for the analysis one. Okay. Take some good data and try to analysis that. Okay, Suryansh, that's a very good one if you are creating a model on that. And how you're gonna implement it? Okay, Gunika, if you want to do in Hive, we'll take some hospital data and we'll analyze the data from on the medicines or what medicine we should prefer to the persons or what are the most of the patients suffering from which diseases. So we can get that data and we can analyze that. So we will go to hospital data in your case. Okay. Raghav, we can get this data from the Kaggle. There is a website online. You can check www.kaggle.com. You can check and you can search the data over that. You can get it in the CSV file, in the text file, and even you can analyze the YouTube data. But the thing for the YouTube is for getting the data from the YouTube, even if you wanted the runtime also, if you want to capture the runtime, you have to get it through the API. So you have to maintain, you have to go to into developer mode and you have to create the API and then only you can get the data. So that's a somewhat difficult, but not very much. I have done that. Yes, so I have given this Kaggle. So you can search on kaggle.com. Okay, Yogita, if you also want to do it on Hive. Okay, we can either, okay, you can take the sales data also. If a company is having some sales, so we can check the sales data that at which year their company is having the hike, that the good production, or at which year they are having the least production and when they get it promoted or something like that. So just search for data or just mail me. I can give you some suggestions. No, Kurt, Hive cannot be used for, you cannot use Hive for visualization. There is no tool for it. But if you want to go for the visualization, go for, there is another tool which you can link with this if you want to make a report. Because in this, we can just visualize in this form in the table. Yeah, you can see the chart over here. Here you can see the chart. So this chart, you can use it if you want to visualize it, just this one only. So if you want to make it look good better than this one, then you can use another charts also, another tools to link with this. Okay, Kurt? Yes, I am asking about, yes, what are you going to use to train your model? Yes, I was asking that. Okay, good. Yes, have COVID data. Yes, Yogita, you can also use COVID data. Take search on any data, COVID data or recent data, anything which you want to take, and we will just perform the analysis on that using Hive, right? Just make sure it should be structured or the somewhat in structured form. Just get that data, then we'll perform the analysis. Yes, we have done, even I have done the analysis on the COVID data, but I have done with the Python only. I have not used the big data analysis for that. Okay, okay, Suryansh. Okay, got it. So you have got the data that is in CSV files and related to your fraud detection, credit card fraud detection. So you are implementing in the Python or in the R language, Suryansh? Okay. And you can apply the machine, you are applying the machine learning algorithm to it. Which algorithm you are applying to it? Okay, any other doubts? Otherwise, we can wind up the session. Then we'll meet on Monday. Okay, you are using regression. Okay. Okay, Suryansh. Yes, it is compulsory, Arjit, and it would be good, and you will learn more from the project. Okay, that's great, Gagan. Okay, you are doing the same, but as who is doing that? The Suryansh. Okay. Yes, I'll send you what I need to see for the project and everything. I'll send you codes. Yes, you have to use big data analysis, or either you can do something with the R language. And even analysis you can perform with the R language only. Mm, and that we have to see, that we have to check, Suryansh, that can be used, because in our language I have more worked in the Python language, and I know R language, but I didn't do many projects in R, because every machine learning algorithm in AI I am doing in the Python. So I'm not sure about this, so I'll check and let you know. So, any more query if you have, then we can do, or otherwise we can wind up the session. Yes, any query, participants, or we should be wind up the session? Okay, thank you, Gagan. Okay, thank you, Kur. Thank you, Ka. Okay, then we'll meet on Monday. Okay, thank you, Suryansh. Okay, then bye everyone. Enjoy and do study. And the task which I gave you, do perform that, and I'll share with you course the task which you have to perform. Share it with everyone. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Shruti ma'am.
No problem, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome. So I have shared the attendance link with you all. So kindly submit that and then you can leave the session.
आ जाओ। ओ चलो बैठो।